Hi there guys, welcome to this new video. So this may look a bit strange, you'll have to let me explain myself. So I've been looking at various hobby paint shakers on eBay, Amazon and the web in general, and the thing that keeps popping out as being, you know, the most kind of fit for purpose for what I wanted to look at, it's made by a company called Robarts. The only issue is that it's about 45 quid at the moment, as cheap as I can find it. So at the moment it's kind of it's unviable. So what I did was I had a look to see if I could find a similar alternative, and I found this. So I paid about 18 quid for this. You can buy it on Amazon now for about £25. I'll stick a link in the description, but I think if you look about you'll probably find it much cheaper. So this is just a nail varnish shaker. What I wanted to do was have a quick look at this and see how it handles my Citadel paints. So I have got a whole bunch of these. Lots of them are in various states of separation. So I've got none that are actually drying out, or lots that are very separated. So if you look in here, this is my Avalon Sunset. This is one that I know I've got a problem with. So no matter how much I shake it, I end up with a big lump still in the middle. And if you can see this, you can see that in there, but that is a big lump on there, big lumps inside. So I know for a fact that if I shake this, if I could shake this for half an hour, it still wouldn't do the job that I want it to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it in here for 30 seconds and then we'll take a look. Right, let's have a look, see what this has done. So, from the sides I'm not seeing any real separation there. Let's have a look, see what we've got inside. In fact, you can see that there's some bubbles there from where it's obviously had a real good shaking. Okay, so that's an improvement, but it's not had the effect that I hoped it would. Let's try it. Let's give it another little while. Not great. But it's some Deathclaw Brown. You can see it's separated very well there. Let's have a look inside. You can see completely separated. If I dig in there with here, feels very plasticine down the bottom. Let's give it a go.
Right, let's cross our fingers.
Okay. See if we had any luck with this. Okay, so that to me looks pretty perfect. Let's get in there with the paintbrush. Yeah, that's completely mixed, no lumps in there at all. So that's good, so I'm happy with that. So the Avalon Sunset didn't work out. So let's try one last thing to see if we can get any improvement out of that. So I picked up some ball bearings. Got a bag of 500 for 99p delivered. I don't know how they can afford to do that. But let's get 2 of those in with the Avalon Sunset and see if this improves the situation at all. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, the reason I'm happy to test the ball bearings on this one is that they're not staying still. I'm trying to figure out, I've heard that if they're not staying still.
Okay, so that was 30 seconds. Let's see if that's helped the paint any at all. I can hear those ball bearings going around in there. Let's have a look. No. Another waste of time. Well, that's a shame. So we've got 50-50. It's worked on one, but not on the other. Let's see if I can find another particularly bad one. See if we can get something better than this. Right, my Auric Armor Gold. So I've always had a problem with this. Very difficult to get back into a usable condition. As you can see there, completely separated. Let's give it a go. See if we had any improvement. Nope. God, this is very disappointing, I have to say. Let's wait there a minute. Let's get a couple of ball bearings in there. Try that again. Right, okay, let's hope we've had a bit of improvement after that go. I thought I was really onto something here. Okay, so that's worked well. Right, let's have a go with the Avalan Sunset. Right, let's have a look in here, see how we got on. So, what I would say is, in absolute fairness, it's a bit soupy in there. It's not completely and utterly broken down the lumps, but it's a damn sight better than I could do just shaking this up, you know. So I'm pretty sure it's done part of the job. So let's have a look at this. This is Scrag Brown. I can see that it's separated. Let's have a look inside to see what we've got. Right, I don't know if you can see that properly, but it has separated. But what I'm looking for in there is a lump. If it's lumpy in there, that means I know it's going to be a pain to try and correct. Yeah, and there is. I don't know if you can see it in there, but there's a lump in there. I wouldn't say it's that bad, but let's whack it in here. So there's no ball bearings in here. This is just this machine. Let's see how it goes. Right, that's 30 seconds. Let's have a look in here. So the line we had before is gone, but there's still some shadow there and that. Let's have a look, see what's in here. Okay, now I don't know about you, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's get our brush in there to have a look about. Right, no lumps, it looks like. So I have to say I'm pretty happy with that. So we tested a few there. So what we know is that if the paint isn't too far gone, it works very well. That was certainly the case for our Scrag Brown. Now Avalan Sunset, which was, I knew, was easily the worst of all of them, and that was one big solid lump in there. Eventually we got some success out of it. So we ran it for 1.5 minutes in total, I believe, or maybe 2 minutes, and we did 1 minute without the ball bearings, and then we added some for the rest, and it's given us somewhat decent results in that we've still got some small lumps in there, but the paint is certainly usable. So anyway, so I would say, is this good for hobby paints? Well, in the case of Citadel paints, I'd say that if you're looking after your paints and shaking them somewhat regularly, because in fairness, this Avalan Sunset has been sat on the shelf for over a year without being used. And I know it's easy to say I'm going to shake up on my paints on a regular basis to make sure that they're not drying out and all that sort of stuff, but it doesn't work like that. So I would say, based on the fact that that's hardly been used in over a year, I'm happy that I got something back out of that. I didn't expect to get anything with the Avalan Sunset, so it has worked. So what I'll do is I'm going to test this out on my Nailac Oxide, which I know is separated. I've got Balsar Gold was fine. Auric Armour, that worked eventually. My Ironbreaker I know needs some work. Deathclaw Brown was sorted out. So I'm just going to go away, do these ones, and then you can join me again in a minute. Just while this is mixing away, I just want to add that I forgot to look at the Nailac Oxide again. It had actually separated really, really well. And if you stay until the very end of the video, you'll see me have another look at the Avalan Sunset. So what I did was I made a slight adjustment and tried it again. So have another look at the results there. Right, let's see what happened to the Ironbreaker. That looks quite good already. It's under here. Yeah, that's good. Very happy with that. So, to sum up, I've seen reviews for the Robart paint mixer, and that looks very good. I've seen people mock up their own ideas of how to overcome this problem, and the one that I've seen that looks most successful, people get a jigsaw and they replace the blade with a small clamp. Paint there, put their paint in the clamp, turn it on. Now the oscillation on that is much higher impact than what you're going to get on something like this, or indeed the Robart, I believe. So that looks like the best option. This, I'm going to say, if you've got not much in your budget, it's definitely an option. So now that I own this, I'm not going to bother buying the Robart one, and I'm not going to bother looking for another solution. This, for me, is good enough. If I have to run some of my paints for longer, if I have to add in ball bearings, I don't mind. This, for me, so I'm going to give this a thumbs up as a third resort option for sorting this out. The Robart looks, so the homebrew jigsaw with a clamp looks like the best option for me, followed by the Robart, I'm going to say, is better, and I think it just must have a better motor in there, higher RPM, and this is the third one. So there's no branding on this when I bought it. It wasn't, you know, didn't say the company that made it or anything like that. But I'll give, there's a link in the description for the Amazon product down there. This exact one is available on Amazon in America for about $22 as well. But I'll leave a link for the UK store. But I hope that helps someone. And so this is probably my last video before Christmas. So it's Christmas Eve tomorrow as the date this gets launched. So if I don't see you tomorrow for a potential episode 17 of Warhammer Conquest, if I don't see you for that, have a wonderful Christmas, and I shall catch you guys later. See ya. Just one final thought before I go. I actually run this again one last time for 30 seconds, but this time I ran it upside down in there. And when I finished, the results were far better. So there's no lumps in there now. I'm going to say that has provided me with the job that I wanted. I don't think it would have done if I hadn't had the ball bearings in there, but this is now at a position that I'm very happy with.